How do you know when you need to leave a relationship? I think this is one of those videos where we really have to get a little bit more real with each other, because we've all been told that relationships take work and effort. And yes, they do. But here's the truth. No amount of effort on your end can fix something that's fundamentally broken. And I think that's so important for us all to integrate. And also, no amount of effort that you put into this, if it's not reciprocated by the other person, it's going to work either. And maybe you're feeling it in your gut for quite some time, this uneasy pull that whispers like, this is really maybe not meant to be for me anymore. But then you second guess yourself. And then like you're in this phase of like, maybe they will change. Maybe I can do something about this. It's like, sounds familiar? Probably, right? So let me be clear. Doubting your relationship doesn't automatically mean it's doomed. But ignoring those signs, that can cost you your peace, your happiness, and ultimately that can cost you yourself because you lose yourself in this process. So today we want to go and dive a little bit deeper into how to know when it's truly time to leave your relationship. This isn't about like giving up. This is about standing up for yourself. So let's get into this. First sign, you feel constantly drained, energetically, right? Love is supposed to energize you, not leaving you emotionally bankrupt. If every conversation feels like a battle and every day feels heavier than the last, that's a major red flag. That's something you really need to pay attention to. You know, relationships require effort. Yeah, absolutely. But they shouldn't feel like you're dragging a boulder uphill every single day. Check in with yourself. Do you feel more alive or more exhausted when you're around your partner? If it's the latter, it might be time to step back and reassess. Second sign, your boundaries aren't respected. Boundaries are non-negotiables. You know, they are not a suggestion or a request or a consideration. They are standards for how you deserve to be treated, what you deem as necessary in your relationship in order for you to feel safe, to feel loved. And yet, if they continuously dismiss those and push past those boundaries and those lines, that's not a misunderstanding. That's blatantly disregarding all of your needs. A healthy relationship, on the other hand, that's not going to happen because there your boundaries are going to be respected and honored, and vice versa, right?
Ladies, stop chasing men. Even when he pulls back or loses interest, or you feel like he's slipping away from you, what you do in that moment can make all the difference between him feeling like you're just like all the other women he's ever met, or it can make him realize and feel you're so unique and special, and exactly the type of woman he wants something real with. Something he wants to build with, causing him to chase you, to invest in you, and prove to you that he is the right man for you. You know, there's this 12-word text message that you can send to a man that gets his attention almost immediately and makes him realize that it was a mistake to pull away from you in the first place. If you want to find out what that 12-word text message is, then I highly recommend you check out this brand new video that I created for you. I linked it in the description below. Just click the link, and now let's go back to the video.
Third point that I want to mention here. You're constantly trying to fix them. We can't fix anyone. Let's get this straight away. You're not their therapist. You're not their coach. You're not their mother. You're not like anything else. You're their partner. And if you're constantly finding yourself trying to help them to become better and they're not really, showing up and they're having all these excuses and it's not really going anywhere, then like, what are we doing here, right? People change when they want to, not because you bend over backwards to save them and want them to change for you. You deserve a partner, not a project. So important. The fourth point. You feel more alone in the relationship than out of it. I know this is crazy. There's nothing lonelier than sharing a bed with someone who feels miles away. If you're craving emotional connection, intimacy, or even basic companionship, and it's not being met, ask yourself, are you holding on to the relationship or just the idea of what it's used to be? You deserve to feel loved, not lonely. And if you're in a partnership and you're lonely, damn, is that really the type of partnership that you want? Fifth point, you're afraid to speak up. Do you hesitate before voicing your needs and concerns or desires? And you're worried it might spark an argument or, maybe being dismissed altogether. If you feel like you're walking on eggshells, that's a massive red flag in my opinion. Healthy love allows space for honest conversations. And if the uncomfortable truth cannot be addressed, you have to stay silenced in the relationship in order to make it work, that's not the type of relationship that's really based on a healthy foundation. Now, if you're recognizing some of these signs, here's what you can do to start reclaiming your peace, reclaiming your power, and reclaiming getting back in touch with your inner confidence. Number one, reflect on your needs. Take out a journal and write down what you truly want and desire in the relationship and in your partner. Then compare it to what you currently have. Are those needs being met a lot? Maybe not at all. Maybe somewhat balanced. Or they're constantly compromising and maybe even sacrificing. Second, talk to a trusted friend or maybe a therapist if you want something a little bit more professional. Sometimes we can't see the full picture when we're in it, right? Getting an outside perspective and view can really help clarify what's healthy and what isn't. It's like you can't see the tree in the forest or whatever the saying is. The third point, visualize a life without them. Does the thought of being without them really terrify you, or does it actually make you feel a little bit relieved? Be honest with yourself. Fourth point that I want to bring up here is set boundaries and enforce them. It's not enough to just state your boundaries. You need to follow through with them. If they cross a line, pull back. Really state like that's not okay. No need for over-explaining or apologizing. And have consequences. So important. Otherwise, those boundaries don't mean shit. And maybe even, and probably also very heartbreaking. But staying in something that slowly chips away at your happiness, if you can still find it, that's far more damaging. You owe it to yourself to choose peace, to joy and growth. And deep down, you already know what you need to do. It's all just a question. Can you accept reality and trust that inner voice, that gut feeling, that intuition that you have, and make plans and actions in alignment with that? So yeah, I think that sums it up quite beautifully. As always, please subscribe, like the video, write a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.